China has issued an ominous warning to the US, just as economists warn inflation could soar as Donald Trump slaps huge tariffs on US rivals and allies.
The tariffs, as you know, will start a week earlier than the reciprocal, which is going to be on a couple of weeks earlier. Reciprocal tariffs start on April 2nd. And I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to go April Fool's Day, because that costs a lot of money, but that one day. But so we're going April 2nd. But very importantly, tomorrow tariffs 25% on Canada and 25% on Mexico, and that'll start. So they're going to have a tariff. So what they have to do is build their car plants, frankly, and other things in the United States, in which case they have no tariffs.
On the tariffs, is there any room left for Canada and Mexico to make a deal before midnight? And should we expect those Chinese tariffs, the extra 10%, to take effect tomorrow?
No room left for Mexico or for Canada. No, the tariffs, they're all set. They go into effect tomorrow.
Chris Brigatti, managing director of SWBC, a major American financial services company, says inflation will soar as fears mount of an incoming recession.
My concerns about the interest rate scenario are largely tariff related. I think the tariff scenario is definitively an inflationary aspect to what can happen within the economy and the market. But broadly speaking, I don't think we've really gotten to the point where the Fed has completed their task, and they'll admit that themselves. So to the point where we need to see continued decline in the inflation picture, we need more things to happen for the economy to feel robust enough to be able to weather any storms. Right now, what I'm seeing and hearing is a little bit of a stagflation concern.
Economist Angel Zong says the economic fallout could go global.
So the trade tensions between the US and China would have broader implications for global trade networks and economic policies, because other countries, for example, those in Asia close to China or who are allies of the United States, they could be affected by the ripple effects of these tariffs and countermeasures. For example, when there are tariffs, it could impact the prices of goods from China, which could have flow-on effects to countries that are neighbors of China.
China urged the US to come to the table and ominously warned they would see out a tariff war or, quote, any kind of war to the end. China has slapped reciprocal tariffs on the US. Cameron Johnson said Trump's tariffs and standoff with Ukrainian leader Zelensky is forming a new world order.
So the world order of yesterday is not the world order of today. With U.S. actions, particularly with tariffs against China and the challenges with Ukraine, what we're seeing is actually a fundamental shift into a new order. We don't really understand what that is at the moment. For example, Europe is going to try to get closer to China and other U.S. allies such as Japan and Australia. China is also going to try to get closer to those allies by offering its markets, but also products. And so we don't know how exactly the strategy is moving forward. I think one of the important things to realize is, though, what we assumed was a global order, both on economics and great power competition, has completely changed in today's world.
As Europe braces for turmoil, Trump said Zelensky should be more appreciative before he would reopen talks with Ukraine on peace.
Please.
Is the Ukraine minerals deal now dead, or can it be revived?
Well, I'll let you know. We're making a speech. You probably heard about it tomorrow night, so I'll let you know tomorrow night. But no, I don't think so. I think it's a great deal for us because, Biden very, very foolishly, stupidly, frankly, gave $300 billion and $350 billion more accurately to a country to fight and to try and do things. And you know what happened? We get nothing. Just gave it. We could have rebuilt our entire U.S. Navy with $350 billion. Think of it, $350 billion. We could have rebuilt our U.S. Navy. So he gave it away as fast as the money could be gone. And what we're doing is getting that all back and a lot more than that. And we need, it's very important for this business that we're talking about here with chips and semiconductors and everything else. We need rare earths. And the deal we have is we have the finest rare earths that you can.
Mr. President, what do you need to see from President Zelensky to restart these negotiations?
Well, I just think he should be more appreciative because this country has stuck with them through thick and thin. We've given them much more than Europe, and Europe should have given more than us because, as you know, that's right there. That's the border. This country really was like the fence on the border. It was very important to Europe, and I'm not knocking Europe. I'm saying that they were a lot smarter than Joe Biden because Joe Biden didn't have a clue. He just gave money hand over fist, and they should have been able to equalize with us. In other words, if we gave $1, they should have given. Well, we gave 350 billion. They probably gave 100, but on top of it all, they get their money back because they're doing it in the form of a loan, and it's a secured loan. So when I saw that, which I've known about for a little while, I said it's time for us to be smart. At the same time, it's great for them because they get us in the country taking the rare earth, which is going to fuel this big engine, and especially the engine that we've in a very short time created. And we get something, and we're there. We have a presence there. With all of that being said, I want one thing to happen. I want all of those young people to stop being killed. They're being killed by the thousands every single week. Last week, 2,700 were killed. 2,700 young, in this case, just about all young boys from Ukraine and from Russia. And that's not young people from the United States, but it's on a human basis. I want to see it stop. The money is one thing, but the death. And they're losing thousands of soldiers a week. And that's not including the people that get killed every time a town goes down or a missile goes into a town. And I want to see it stop. Yes.
Donald Trump suggested the UK is likely to escape his tariffs.
But I can say that as far as we're here for a different reason, we're talking about a very different place. And this is some place that I have investments there. I own Turnberry, I own Aberdeen, and I own a great place called Doonbeg in Ireland. So, you know, I have a great warm spot for your country.
And our trade, obviously, is fair and balanced, and in fact, you've got a bit of surplus, so we're in a different position.
And though it appears Trump is changing his approach to the US's allies, he remains committed to the UK.
British soldiers in Ukraine.
You know, I've always found about the British, they don't need much help. They can take care of themselves very well.
That sounds like
you know what? No, it sounds like it's evasive, but it's not evasive. You know, the British have been incredible soldiers, incredible military, and they can take care of themselves. But if they need help, I'll always be with the British, okay? I will always be with them. But they don't need help. You look at their career, you have done very well over the years, haven't you?
We have. I'm very proud of our country. And but we've also always been backing each other up between our two countries. That is why this is the greatest alliance for prosperity and security I think the world has ever seen.
This is a map of the port area, which we also have here, and it's an important expansion area.
I think maybe we had two
The 70s. What is this?
We're 9 exit.
It's honestly kind of insane. Both countries profit so much from each other. We're at Peace Arch Park where the sign says, may these gates never be closed again. We shouldn't be doing this again. We signed, we're partners.
国与国之间的贸易理应遵守世界贸易组织规则，贸易争端也应在世贸组织框架内解决。美方单边加征关税的做法违反了世贸组织规则，干扰全球产业链、供应链安全稳定。希望美方与中方相向而行，通过平等磋商找到解决问题的办法。中方已愿同世界各国加强合作，共同维护来之不易的多边贸易体制，反对单边主义、保护主义，携手推动普惠包容的经济全球化。
美方如果真想解决芬太尼问题，就应该在平等、尊重、互惠的基础上，同中方磋商解决各自关切。美方如果别有所图，执意打关税战、贸易战或者别的什么战，中方将奉陪到底。我们奉劝美方收起霸凌的嘴脸，趁早回到对话合作的正确轨道上来。
Call me when you're